So YouTube animator Illymation made a video called Perks of Being a Fat Kid, and it was a really smart, well-reasoned, non-emotional video.
Teenagers should be focused on getting good grades, hanging out with their friends, and seeing the Timothy Chalamet Willy Wonka movie, not counting calories. Why are kids so body conscious? Diet culture is an entire belief system that associates food with morality and thinness with goodness. And it's rooted in the very colonial belief that every individual has full control and responsibility over their health. No, that is woke propaganda. Everyone knows being fat is unhealthy, and anyone can lose weight by focusing on diet and exercise. Calories in, calories out. It is not that hard. Maybe this was proof that my body and other people's bodies don't need to be less fat to be considered healthy. Which I know sounds crazy. We've been told our entire lives that you can't be healthy if you're fat. Yet, here I am, at the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life, categorically overweight and well within middle school mocking range, but also the healthiest I've ever been, according to multiple doctors.
Yeah, it was woke overly emotional garbage that was ripe for mockery. However, YouTuber think before you can sleep didn't do that. Instead, he does what he usually does. Unlike Illymation, he made an informative, fact-based video that was also entertaining, that broke down Illymation's video that was full of false information. And of course, Illymation took it very well. She sent her followers to mass flag the video because she was getting critical comments, which she called hate bombing. Sorry, but one think before you sleep doesn't control what other people do. And that's not harassment. Not to mention I've watched him for a couple years, and he is the exact opposite. He discourages it and is very careful not just to rip people. He is covering unless they're nasty to him. Even so, he will say not to harass creators. Look, I could see if she was really young, but she's 26 and a grown-ass woman. And this is
unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
You try to take a channel down because of criticism, and it's ironic because his video's criticism was a million times more helpful than the BS she was spouting. But of course she didn't know that because on her Tumblr, she admitted she didn't even watch the video. And this is exactly why woke people keep taking L's on the internet. Most of them are weak little cry bullies who haven't experienced the real world, where you are gonna get shit. So you have to toughen up, Buttercup. But because their audience is made up of overly sensitive children, they instead try to insulate themselves and create safe spaces, which make the problem worse. Not to mention she self-describes herself as,
but I was like, I enjoy doing this as a hobby outside of school, and other people need this, or at least enjoy it. So I was like, let me do this really important video and like just pump it full of educational content and helpful links, and this is just like a thing that needs to be out there.
So if you're going to make educational content for kids, you need to be correct or you yourself are going to lead these kids and your audience astray. And this fat acceptance horseshit is exactly that. Look, if she just wanted to make a video saying that you shouldn't hate yourself or others for being fat, fine. But saying that
a carrot isn't an inherent good food, while chocolate is an inherent bad food. Food is just food, no matter how many calories, carbs, sugars, whatever is in it. Unless you have life-threatening allergies or dietary restrictions to follow, you should feel free to eat whatever food you want to without beating yourself up about it.
That is just nonsense. And you should only talk about what you're qualified to talk about, and what you are knowledgeable to educate about. And health in terms of weight loss is not one of them. The fact that she went to multiple doctors, got a trainer, and spent 4 months trying to lose weight and instead gained so much that it's the heaviest she's ever been, perfectly illustrates that she shouldn't be teaching this to kids. And because Think Before You Sleep pointed this out and actually did the job you couldn't, you try to take his channel down and take away his livelihood. Whereas if you just ignored the comments, or blocked, deleted, or muted them, in a couple weeks this would have died down. Instead, you kicked the hornet's nest and made it 1,000 times worse. What the hell were you thinking? In any case, I would recommend you watch the Think Before You Sleep video. It's well done, although it will make you pissed off that the world is ruled by childish dipshits like her. Even so, you shouldn't be a dick to Illymation, even though at this point she kinda deserves it. You know, for trying to ruin a man's income because of mean comments that he himself is not even responsible for. Which, based on the advice in the video, she deserves pushback. But even so, it's not productive or effective, as well as the fact that most of these woke types live in misery and victimhood, so just let them wallow in their own chaotic, insecure delusions.